All right, welcome everyone. We're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here for
Castlevania Nocturne, Season 2, Episode 3. To Paris!
To Paris.
Where all of the craziness has been going down, and you gotta find a mummy.
A mummy that Alucard has been tracking across Africa all the way over to Europe. Believes it's in Paris.
Yep.
It's very fun to have then this kind of treasure hunt kind of quest that they're going to be going on, given that the vampires are going to be aware of where they're going because they're also looking for Sekhmet's mummy because, as I improperly interpreted previously, that the heart is still within the mummy.
Right.
And it would actually be something that they would want
To juice her up even more.
they could then juice her up even more to potentially be a full incarnation of Sekhmet and not just a channeled thing through vampires' ability to assimilate stuff through
From
blood.
the blood. Yeah.
So, very fun. It's also a little bit more of an understanding of, gotcha. I also could extrapolate from that Drolta's entire motivation was preservation of the mummy, but in order to actually have the ability to go and track down the mummy, she would then need to have the ability to go after all these people and have that power.
Probably be a vampire then.
Being a vampire actually might make that possible, and she has not succeeded after all these hundreds of years.
Yep.
Which is fun because then that makes her struggle, her desperate desire to go and find basically her master's body be something that drove her into this madness where now she's a complete and total monster.
Right. So, okay, we go into Paris. They know we're going to Paris. Let's see what we can find there.
Yeah, let's see what we can find there. So yeah, y'all, without further ado, let's get into this.
Goddess of 10,000 names.
Whoa.
Lady of life.
Whoa.
Roamer of deserts.
Oh, cool,
Wanderer
cool.
of wastes.
If we have to, we try again.
Oh. Offering up the...
As it was in the beginning of time, when the furnace of her breath created the desert, so be it now.
Whoa.
Okay.
Yeah, they're all vampires. Cool, cool.
All right. Then drink the blood.
Come, ceaseless night, fill our hearts with joy.
Yeah, trying to find someone that can actually, be strong enough to hold
Withstand.
the soul.
Yeah.
Can you feel her?
Whoa!
Didn't work.
Just burned from the inside out.
Holy shit.
See, now this is some proper cult shit, you know, like we're trying to incarnate our goddess. Not working. You need to keep building more followers that have the belief. You yourself need to be fully unwavering.
But also, you probably don't ever want to be the person to experiment because you're the one that keeps the process going.
Yep. Fun.
All
Little
right.
drip feeds of Drolta stories. Awesome. Yep. Let's gather some corpses.
I don't only pick the fights I can win.
Then you're a fool.
No, I'm just not an animal.
Oh, damn.
Why don't you go back to where you belong? I've seen enough too, old rocks. Enough to know that some things are worth dying for, and some things are not.
I'm leaving the shadows. I'm going into the light. You can't follow me. I
Yep.
love that.
Cool.
That was a really well-established scene for the non-verbal storytelling going on.
Hi.
You made this for me? I used to stare at it when I had trouble sleeping.
Oh,
Okay.
dang, she's got so much trust in her mom. Obviously, she would never willingly, kill her, but still.
And there's a smell in the air.
Yeah.
Blood.
Iron.
Yeah. It's not will she kill you, but what do you do when she kills someone in front of you, you know?
National Guard. Who could have done this? Vampires.
Not in the daylight.
They're taking them to the Abbey.
Elizabeth will have a new army of night creatures by tomorrow.
Thanks to him.
Ooh, you want someone to feed on? You could feed on the abbot.
But in a lot of ways, we kind of have to play the long game with him and hope that we can use him as a weapon later against Elizabeth.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, the fact that they're still taking...
I have a new.
They're forging enemies that have been killed.
Yeah, it gave you new life.
Oh.
I was born 3 times. The second time a vampire, and the third a new and glorious thing.
Huh.
Wow, that's a... The night creature barely had any, like,
Yeah, that did not
non-human-
look like a normal night creature.
No.
Yeah, let's keep exploring this, because...
Whoa. Oh.
Annette,
Wanna...
okay, it was just a dream.
Annette's getting the truths of this universe, like, just drip-fed to her.
Oh.
This is Elizabeth's doing.
But we're miles from Ashkul.
She has followers.
Yeah.
Are you just going to leave them behind?
Yep.
We don't have time for distractions.
They'll be killed if you don't help them.
She's right.
If we rush to rescue every distressed villager, Elizabeth will rule the whole country before we have half a chance to stop her.
Yeah. Victor, I am stronger than you. I can go whoosh. Yeah. I just love the idea of them being like, no, no. All right.
Okay.
We take 10 minutes. 10 minutes, you know?
Yep.
God, I love the simplicity of just my weapons.
Fly.
I can use them however I want, you know?
Tell you not to torment your food.
Oh my God.
Ooh.
Me neither.
Your one-liners are getting pretty good.
Yeah. God. Animation's great, but the choreography, they just have fun with it.
I think I killed all of them. None left to report back to Elizabeth.
Right,
sending
that's
them
the
that
other.
run.
Yesterday, when we were fighting vampires, I might have given our destination away. I was just...
Showing off,
Yeah,
as usual.
as usual.
What's done is done, Alucard. It's just get moving.
Even more reason to be moving quickly, though, because they could beat you to Paris.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's probably more just that she contacted her people in Paris and it's just like, just know that
Yeah.
they're going there and...
Right. Oh, boy.
What the hell?
I mean, gorgeous, but...
Yeah.
You were a captain in the Revolutionary Army.
Yes.
Didn't know you had these curves under that uniform.
I
Like,
am a
damn.
new and glorious thing. What were you?
Oh, she's like transparent.
All I dreamed of was the opera. They whistled and cheered and threw coins at my feet. I drank champagne.
All the feelings that he had associated with that. He's
But the
proclaiming
world
them.
is dark and cruel and filled with monsters. That was too much to bear. It's why you joined the Revolutionary Army.
To purge the world of monsters. But here we are.
Here we are.
Yep. They
Hell is
effectively
empty
got...
and all the monsters are here.
Yeah.
Maria!
Oh. What are we doing?
Trying to get a summon. Oh. Okay, Scorpion.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, good.
Different when I'm angry. Do I draw them from somewhere else? Maybe I'm making monsters. Like my father. My fault for going back to the Abbey. My fault that you're...
None of this is your fault. It was my job to keep you safe.
Oh.
I'd do it again 1,000 times.
Oh.
This is the place where I first taught you to call creatures from other worlds.
It is just a summoning.
Do you
It's not a
remember when I
creating.
told you that? I taught you that magic is subtle as a blade. That it has 2 sides.
Two sides of the same coin.
It can be used for survival or slaughter. Maybe I've learned everything I need to know about survival.
Well.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Yeah.
Mom's still around to teach you. If she's staying fed when she comes to meet you, then she doesn't have as much lust for blood.
I'll leave soon, Your Magnificence. And give the vermin a shock. Soon, Sekhmet will be whole again.
And I will be whole.
He's hoping for a reward.
Yeah.
It would be my pleasure. Kneel.
You're properly joining the cult now.
Uh-huh.
Hail, Keeper of Light. Aurochs. Once again, I find myself wondering where you've been.
Admiring the brutality with which you slaughtered the revolutionary.
Oh, yeah.
What did he do?
He was making a heartfelt display of his loyalty. And it occurs to me, Aurochs, that you have done no such thing.
Yeah.
I both admire and worship you, goddess.
What have you ever sacrificed, Aurochs? What would you die for? Or who?
Only you.
It's so empty, the emotion in your words.
If you love me, Aurochs, you can wear it on your face.
Oh.
Okay.
You're gonna play that double life. You're gonna have to.
Yep. Shit.
Damn.
Okay.
The determination to not resist. Just be like, nope. Let it happen.
Meanwhile, speaking of not resisting.
All our men are dead. And yet, here we stand.
Monsters.
I'm here to say that it's not too late, Emmanuel.
Wow.
To remind you that even at the final hour, the thief repented and was forgiven.
Jeez.
But this is your final hour.
I repent. She'll kill me if I disobey her.
The man I knew was never afraid to die.
You wouldn't question me if you'd glimpsed what I have of the other side.
Yeah.
Quiet laughter. Hell waiting.
The voice delivery is so good.
Your name.
You plan to use the night creatures to kill Elizabeth. Why don't you do that now?
Because now I've seen that she could crush them with an open palm. I thought I could use hell's weapons to fight for heaven. When Elizabeth finally swallows the sun and floods this world with darkness, we'll find that they were the luckiest of us. The ones who didn't live to see it.
He's broken. You could kill him, but Mizrak didn't. He's still giving you that hope, that chance.
Okay.
What a Giga Chad. What a guy. Because he could just kill him.
Yeah, and then that'd be no more night creatures.
Maybe.
Or at least not. It'd certainly set them back.
It would set them back, yeah.
I remember how scared I was of what I might draw out.
I've sensed that fear many times.
Okay.
Strange things on the other side. Creatures that want to get out.
Whoa, okay. Ho!
All right.
Let's go. Let's have our full Berserk reference here.
You'll never control it if you fear it.
Okay.
Oh my god.
That's cool.
That looks so good.
To control it like I do with my birds, I need to harness some part of its nature. Deadly.
Alright, send it back for now.
Okay.
Okay, good boy. I bring you back at a later point. Whoa!
Oh, shit.
Whoa!
Get out of the way.
Whoa!
Who are you?
What are you doing here?
I'm trying to save your daughter.
No, please, she's not like them.
Whoa!
Oh shit!
I've seen hundreds of vampires in my life, and they're all the same.
What?
Oh my gosh! Whoa! Bro!
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm sorry. Just... I don't want to kill you.
But we needed to do that fight just so that you would know how... Whoa! Whoa!
What are they?
The National Guard.
Yeah.
It makes me sick looking at them. Turn them all into night
Full
creatures.
army now.
He needs to be stopped.
So now we have something in the hundreds.
That's a night creature too.
That...
Drolla. How's that possible? Where's Maria?
What?
Oh, but...
Just go after her. I can't get there fast enough to save her. From what she's about to do, she's going to kill her father.
I mean, what did you think she was...
Yeah.
What did you think you were training her for?
We're so close now.
To everything we've ever wanted.
Okay, yeah, we got
Back by sunset.
a new, like, couple bit of, like, specific ones that we can learn.
Mm-hmm.
Something's about to happen.
Oh.
Yeah.
Who's getting
A little bit of 3D
made a bit
there.
shorter this time?
I think that's the king.
Not anymore.
Which Louis is it?
Huh.
Lost count.
They're calling him Louis the Lost.
But isn't this going a little far?
How can you say that?
I'm on the side of the revolution, but even Maria says he wasn't a particularly bad king.
It's not about good kings or bad kings. No one can reign innocently. This is the cost. This is the way we let change in.
Through the widow's window.
And tell me you're a royalist too.
I'm a realist. I'm not saying that when you live for centuries you stop caring. But enough rebellions and upheavals and you notice the patterns. They start with hope and end with bloodshed. Or they start with bloodshed and end with bloodshed.
What?
Annette.
It's not efficient.
Oh, yes.
Oh.
Oh, they're like harvesting souls.
Yeah. Wild. Okay, that's a great.
I've
great
seen
end.
the other side. All right.
Okay.
We've got some fun teasings about the friends on the other side.
Right.
Yeah.
I gotta say, one of my favorite things from Castlevania, as like just a general franchise and series and stuff, has behind the banter is the world building. And they had it with like, the portals and the gateways and all that stuff in the original series. But everything that's happening with Annette, oh my God, I love it.
It's just dripping with vibes and really eerie, like fascinating thing as this, almost this world of people that are themselves seemingly victims or are trying to warn her or give her message of some kind.
Right.
These are people that have either died or are going to die or are already like trapped their souls in some way. There's so much that we could get into with this, but every time she gets these visions when it has nothing to do with her intentionally using her magic,
right?
These people all seem to be completely like totally victims. They don't seem to have any kind of agency or what have you. They're all suffering, or they're already dead, or they're like.
And I like that we're not getting that much about it, right? It's still very much like a mystery.
It's a vague mystery.
It's a promise of the future, right?
Yeah.
We're not delving into it, whole hog here, but that just lets them build up the dread, build the suspense, and then also how is this going to tie into like the plot conflicts that we
Right.
currently have, because we have plenty of supernatural stuff to keep us busy already.
Exactly.
But we're adding more to the table. Cool.
Yeah. So the biggest thing that we have connecting it is the machine. The machine is clearly from hell, or at the very least from someone that is connected to hell, because they have the means to set up something where then they can draw damned souls, basically, and graft them onto corpses, bodies, and what have you.
Right.
Now, for the most part, things have been pretty straightforward as far as Forge Master stuff goes. But with what happened with Drolla, we now know it's a little bit more intense version of things.
Yeah.
Now, that's an exception. As far as we know, there's nothing that we can draw from that other than this is a special circumstance.
Right.
But now that we're getting potentially a face to some of the machinations, some of the schemes or what have you, the idea of a three-headed demon or what have you.
Yeah. Awesome.
I feel like that's potentially also pointing at actual named demons in very like old lore and stuff like that. So that could be pretty fun to get into.
Yep. But then even in the stuff
that,
with the way that the machine is being used, right, and the forging and all that stuff, we've got this, gorgeous glass-looking,
very like
night creature,
Land of the Lustrous looking,
exactly,
kind of
like
creation,
fundamentally different looking than any of the night creatures that we've gotten before or since, because even when we saw the army, they showed us the army and none of them looked like that.
Yeah, there's something happening with the beings and the souls or what have you that we'll probably get into through Annette's story. But it's very, very interesting.
Yeah. So keep building the lore and all that stuff. Awesome, because there will be things that we will learn along the way to trying to figure out how to defeat this god that won't actually have anything to do with the god, right? It'll be other stuff too. And so that makes us invested in the grander journey of the show as a whole rather than just this specific conflict. And so I think that's a really good idea, and it's also being executed well.
Yeah, the specific conflict is fun in that we've got like three very different people all going through we have an impossible task in front of us here, but we're going to give it our best bet here, and all along the way we're going to learn a little bit more about each other. And we'll discuss the morality of bloody revolutions and how actually, in order to evolve and change things and move forward, sometimes the monstrous sides of humanity come out.
Are the ones that make the most things happen. You know? But then also, Alucard being like, I've lived a long time. You know?
This is pretty normal.
Like it in a lot of ways feels very similar to Terra's whole struggle with, being a vampire, right?
Right.
You think you're special, you think you're beating the monstrous side, of yourself, right? And that it won't end the way all the other situations like this have ended.
You're telling me the magic that I taught her she was going to use for violent means when she said I'm done with survival?
What? Yeah.
I think more the worry is that it's the, I wanted to go with her and kill him together or something.
Right.
Or have a confrontation that I could be involved in. And she's just, no, she's like, fuck it, we ball. I'm going right now. Shit, the sun and the sunrise. I literally, this is the worst time for me.
Right, worst time for me, but also, it makes sense that she would go at this time because it's the...
I just got them.
Well, I just got the new, Berserk Wolf, which, great, but also... less chance of being interfered with by other vampires. So,
the vampires and night creatures are all leaving too.
They're
literally on the warpath.
Yeah, exactly. So it's the all right, cool. Let's take them out. And hey, I'm with you, Maria. Right? I'm. Yeah.
Go. Yes. Go.
But that being said, the last time you did exactly this. Maybe with different motivations, but exactly this. It didn't go great.
It did not go well.
And so you had the opportunity to theoretically get other people to go with you.
To be fair, she has learned. She's going exactly when the sun rises. She's
exactly when the sun rises.
I have not slept at all, so I'm thinking 100% straight.
Right.
It's sunrise. We ball. Let's go.
And with the intention of killing him. And hey, as a summoner, you probably have the best bet of anybody of being able to go in to kill a person and then leave with relative safety, because you don't actually have to be the one to kill him.
You don't, no.
You could just be like, hey, cool, Mom, he doesn't
I'll
have
sit
any
on the
magic
roof
himself,
and send
right?
summons to go,
Yeah, exactly. Just be like, hey, father, what? Oh, I can hear her voice, and then suddenly big wolf eat your face,
Done.
Yeah, right. Like
now, I do find it fun that the Mizrak scene kind of sets up a lot of ways what we're potentially getting in the next episode. Because Mizrak came...
That
love
scene
that
was
scene.
Fantastic.
That might be my favorite scene this episode. I don't think it's my favorite. I think it's probably my second favorite, but like...
It's up there for sure.
It's up there. Is that he came to the abbot and basically is like, hey, it's not too late.
Right.
Even the thief
Yep.
got redemption at like right before he died,
Yeah.
And I love the like invoking the thief on the cross kind of story there, because it's there was one thief that got forgiveness in
And
the
one
story,
that didn't.
but he didn't mention about the one that specifically didn't.
Well, and
according
also
to the story,
and also, final hour. Wait, what are you insinuating? I'm not about to die.
Oh, right. No, you actually are. But it's so fun because Mizrak is basically saying, this could be your final hour because I could kill you right now. There is nothing that could stop me. You're an old man. I'm a bro with a sword
and armor and all that stuff. Yeah.
You would be dead in seconds if I wanted you to be.
Right.
But he's coming to him, the man who has not given up on his God, who has not given up belief in humanity, who has not given up faith.
And this is why...
He's still fighting the fight that will lead to him dying.
Right.
And the Giga Chad says, I'm not going to kill you because I think there's hope for you.
Right.
What is Mizrak's inner thoughts like?
Mizrak and Olrox are the dark
quiet
horse
goats of
this show.
Yes.
And the
so
thing is,
true.
This is why, like, when religious characters, people of faith, get brought into fiction, I get excited. But then when they end up, like, in the case of, like, the classic, the priest, and then, hey, the priest is evil, I do get a little bit disappointed because I'm like, no, yeah, of course, we've
Where's
seen
the
that.
complexity?
Where's the complexity,
Where's
right?
the depth?
And so, hey, all right, here we go. We have someone who purports to be of faith, and then someone who actually is of faith, and then you get to have them interact. Beautiful. Fantastic,
because it's not about what Mizrak is doing, it's about also what he's not doing.
Exactly.
And so it adds so much just juicy, delicious...
Right. That's where you get the humanity stuff, right? Like, in a lot of ways, that's the things that might be potentially missed out from Richter because he's now so souped up with magic juice that, like... if he decides to kill someone or not kill someone, it's not as big of a deal necessarily. It kind of goes into that Gandalf versus the Balrog versus Sam versus Shelob, right? Like which one is the more awesome fight,
Yes, they're both awesome.
They're both awesome, but they're very different,
But like one is an actual he could lose it all. He
one is the epic, oh wow, this is so cool. Right. And then one of them is the oh shit, this is the same dude who said that,
even though Gandalf's dying through this whole thing,
Right, exactly.
It's less emotionally evocative because it's not
it's not someone down in the dirt who's like, I used to fight with a frying pan because that's what I had,
Right.
Yeah. And so to have this dude who, and it, Olrock's bringing it up of, you go out there, you're gonna die.
Yep.
That's stupid. Don't be stupid, right? And
he's like, I don't fight battles I'm only going to win. Like,
right.
That's like I have something that I'll actually die for. And so I love that two characters invoke the Olrox, what are you willing to sacrifice? Or who are you willing to sacrifice? Who are you willing to die for?
Oh, yeah.
And so Olrox actually takes the ego hit here and submits and basically goes,
all right, I'll let you mark
fine,
me.
Mizrak, I get it. I'm willing to play the long game here and actually stick around and keep fighting this fight instead of fucking off to
back to North America.
Yeah, back to North America and be like, I'll wait this out.
Yeah.
He's like, nope, I'll take this one on the chin. Bow. And I respect Olrox's willingness to do this because he doesn't have to do this.
Oh yeah, he could leave and not come back.
Right.
Yeah, just like Terra is intending to do with,
So it's fun that we're now seeing characters that have seemingly been untouchable up until now having to quantify and actually hold their lives in their hands and be like, I could give it up and I could get something. I could get something big out of this, but it might be it for me after that. I'll get it, but I will be giving up my life.
And so now on a different side of things, Annette. I think this is where we go for the communication.
Yes.
You know, honesty is the best policy, and when you're seeing demons from the other side and no one else is, you know, like
you know
that. It could be helpful to have other people be aware.
Yeah, it might also be, you know, the kind of thing that, you know, shows you're willing and ready for a relationship, because relationships are built on connection and vulnerability and honesty and all that kind of stuff. And if you're starting to feel fear about this, you know, obviously they don't have the literal equipment to handle this, but they maybe have the emotional availability to handle your fear.
Well, and to say nothing of the fact that you're with someone who's several hundred years old and might be able to give you some either answers or better questions, you know, with some of the weird stuff happening.
Right, I totally understand why she's not talking about the specifics of things. But if she's having a, like, I'm starting to get afraid about my own power and how, because my connection with the lady with the scrying stuff and things like that was like, you need to see properly, you need to hear properly, and because her power isn't just the manipulation of metal through the elements and what have you,
earth and all that stuff,
but it's also a connection into the spirit realm. If her power has been basically something that she would either turn on or off at will, she's been blissfully unaware to the supernatural battle going on all around her, or the supernatural happenings going on all around her. And so if her conflict is going to be one of making sure that she's tethered properly to one world while she visualizes what's going on in the other, I like the idea that she could see things. Those things could start to notice, wait,
you can see
me.
Oh, yeah.
And that makes her be in somewhat danger.
Yep.
But it's then okay, y'all need to hold on to her here.
Oh, yeah.
Because she might start to lose it a little bit before she actually then is willing to actually engage with y'all.
And on top of that, what happens if she looked at Elizabeth?
Oh, sure.
You know? Would
she see that dormant bit of Sekhmet within her?
Right. And is that something where they could start to actually assess the situation and how to maybe fight something like this beyond just the, you know, destroying the heart or whatever, so that way, you know, like Sekhmet or Elizabeth can't get it.
Yeah, could we get into actually the Sekhmet thing a little bit here? Because they exposited, and we now actually know exactly what the exposition was with Alucard about the whole two
the blood
souls
and the heart
thing.
Yeah.
Now, with humans and vampires, it's the thing of where it's like, we can't really quantify the soul. Like, we don't have any actual quantification for it.
Yeah.
And the reason why it's separate in the Egyptian gods,
that was just their current understanding and ability to, you know, suppose and
Right. But you could extrapolate from that every living being, if they have a soul, must be through some combination of the physical matter that is connected to the magical, the supernatural, the other sides of things there. So whether it's blood, heart, you know, whatever.
Yeah, or whether it's just the association with those things then imbues them with that kind of power.
Right, totally. I love the idea, though, that what Annette's getting at is not just like the truth of the spirit world or what have you, but actually the idea that all of this from a physical realm or what have you is directly like parallel to a spiritual, supernatural one. That she's starting to be able to see subconsciously, actually like parsing it out. And so while it's a lot, it's one that doesn't necessarily involve like portals. It's not one that has to be through some like through some like hard barrier, hard line, or what have you.
Well, and if you're talking about like overlapped existences, right? this portal that she's seeing here could be a portal that is literally opening up in that moment, but just in one side of the mirror world or whatever, right?
Or it could be from hell into this spirit world.
Yeah, exactly, right. To then, siphon the, oh, hey, there's a popular guillotine being used here. Fantastic. I'm gonna get some good sippy sip,
She's just watching the regular cycle of people going to hell when they die.
Sure.
And it's just, this is a guy who is potentially the one that's in the areas, like, this is his domain, and is just like, yep, grabbing you, and then sees a girl, like, noticing him, and is just like,
you're not supposed to do that.
Kind of does the madness turn of like, oh, fascinating.
Yeah.
I also love the 3 heads thing.
Oh yeah, no. The visuals in this show are always stellar, right?
Yes.
Whether you're talking about fights, or designs, because that's one of the ways that they've been able to make the Mook fights work well, right?
The designs are really good, and the choreography is really good, based on the designs.
Yeah, exactly, right? So yeah. Introducing a new character here, right? Like, so much of my interest in the whole Necronomicon book is because of how they drew that book, right? Like, not just the fact that, he had
and
some
how it's
book.
being used.
Right.
And thus, this is our first demon devil or what have you that might actually be a connective bit of tissue between that side of the story and Annette. So
Right. Yeah, and we've been low-key primed for it with how the night creatures have been used and how they've been different and all that stuff. So,
all right. But yeah.
Also, we said it before, but yeah, that new night creature, she hot.
Oh my God.
Like,
I was like, dang, she really does have ego, because she's like, guys, like, I'm a bit exposed here.
You don't get to see this.
Edouard is probably like the most respectful of like males to have in this instance there. He's just like,
oh no, yeah, no. If Richter,
God has graced you with a beautiful form. It's a shame for you to have any kind of shame about that.
No, yeah, I cannot wait for the moment when Richter and Annette go back into the Abbey to like wreck house and everything, and then suddenly that night creature's there, and Richter's like,
excuse me?
And Annette's like, really? He's like,
you're lying to me if you don't say that she's super fucking attractive.
No, right. Or I feel like this one's different. Is that just, no, but I mean, yes, but also, like...
Exactly. Well, y'all, thank you so much for watching this episode's reaction and discussion. If you want to see the next episode's reaction and discussion right now, though, go check out the link in the description below for our Patreon. You get on early access there. You can watch full-length timer reactions there, and all this comes with Discord access, so you can chat with us in the community there about this show, about animated shows in general. Also, be sure to check out our Twitch channel. See if any of that interests you. We'll see you there. But until then, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you all next time.